Hello and welcome back to the sideboard. I am Ruben Bressler here at Star City Games Providence, and I am here with your Standard Open winner, Marc Blesso. Marc, congratulations.
Thank you very much.
Well done. You were playing Junk Tokens,
Yes.
a deck designed by your friend Ross Merriam, who
Completely
I interviewed in the quick questions. And when I asked him what the most underplayed Planeswalker was, he looked at his deck list, which was your deck list, and said, Garruk Relentless and Sorin, Lord of Innistrad.
Very much.
So those were two of your main MVPs of the weekend?
Complete MVPs. Sorin, whenever Sorin resolves and like they don't deal with it next turn, and you have Lingering Souls tokens, like
yeah,
game's
it's pretty. It's not very pretty, especially when they tap out for Jace, use the Cumberstone ability,
right?
And you play Sorin and have Orcish Orliflame to counter it out. Then it. I'm sorry to throw all those old cards at you, but it works very well in your favor. And also Lingering Souls against Terminus, I would rather be on the Lingering Souls end of that battle.
Never against control. I just play it once and I never flash it back until I see a removal spell, because all the removal spells are wraths. Like they have nothing. What are they gonna do? Right.
They don't have Curse of Death's Hold or anything like that. One of the interesting things about this particular tournament is the top four were all decks that had green and black in them. Some people splashed red, some people splashed white, like you. There was a player that didn't splash anything. It was just green and black. Why were the green-black decks so successful this weekend?
I want to say, for the ones running main accelerants, just getting, if they're running Planeswalkers, getting the Planeswalkers out faster, huge advantage. The zombie decks have so many resilient threats. Just having resilient threats and ways to just constantly 2-for-1 your opponent to grind games is just how those decks pretty much win.
Sure. Yeah, and the zombie deck had Lotless Troll and Dregmangler, which have second lives in addition to Gravecrawler and Geralt's Messenger. Your deck had a lot of resiliency with flashback spells and tokens and Thragtusk.
Everything's just 2-for-1ing.
That's right. Now, one of the main things about this weekend was both of your decks had the same top end. You and Dan Jordan had the same top end, which was Angel of Serenity. We had decided that was the card of the tournament. Talk to me about Angel of Serenity.
During the Swiss, I only cast the card. I only drew and cast the card once, and it was in the very last round, which won me that game.
Sure.
But all the other games, I just grinded out with Planeswalkers. The only time I played against Reanimator was against Dan, and in that matchup, having Angel is huge because his deck doesn't run that many removal spells. He runs like Sever. I'm pretty sure that was it.
Right.
Just whoever sticks to Angel. Normally, like if you're holding an Angel in your hand, like the other person, they can't play their Angel, and his deck's completely all about playing Angel. And like if you're holding Angel in your hand and they play Angel, like you don't care.
Sure.
As long as you have Angel in your hands, you're ahead. You're
doing well.
Yeah.
And so your game plan was, of course, to just have more guys on the table to cast your Angel, as opposed to reanimating, which was his game plan.
Put pressure on him.
You were saying that was one of your worst matchups, though.
Yes.
But you were fairly lucky to have him mull to 4 in game 2.
And I had 2 appetites in my hand.
You had 2 appetite for brains to further eat away at his hand. Sure.
Yeah.
Well, Marc, was there anything else you'd like to say about the deck?
Well, the deck was completely made by Ross here. I don't know if you have anything you want to add, but it grinds out games, and against control. Well, during the Swiss, I drew, and ever since that draw, I played against all control decks, and none of them I felt like they even had a chance.
So your suggestion would be to pick up an early draw with this deck?
If you draw round 1, the tournament should be pretty easy.
Sure.
It is assuming no one changes.
That's an interesting strategy. It's sort of living life on the edge, but it seemed to have worked for you.
Yes.
Marc, congratulations.
Thank you very much.
We're going to toss it back to the booth with Adam and Joey.